Welcome to Blueprints for Mindful Mastery. Have you ever felt undervalued or unnoticed by others? You're not alone. It's an all too common experience, this feeling of being overlooked, of fading into the background while others take the spotlight. It's like being a wallflower at a grand dance, watching as everyone else twirls and laughs. Feeling undervalued can chip away at our self-esteem, can dim our inner light. It's a silent battle we wage within ourselves, a quiet struggle against the feeling of insignificance. It can cloud our happiness, casting a shadow over our lives. This unnoticed phenomenon is not just about the lack of attention from others, it's deeper than that. It's about how we perceive ourselves, how we value our own worth. But what if I told you that there are ways to become a priority in others' lives? Here are 9 keys to make that happen. The first key to becoming a priority in others' lives is to create a fear of loss. Now, this doesn't mean you should play manipulative games or threaten to leave at every turn. It's about recognizing the value of your own time and presence. Imagine your time as a precious, limited resource. Would you simply give it away to anyone who asks? No, of course not. You'd ensure it was being well spent, appreciated, and reciprocated. In the same vein, your presence in someone's life should be treated with the same respect. By establishing your worth and not always being readily available, you subtly communicate that your presence is valuable and could be lost if not appreciated. This, in turn, can make you more valued in others' eyes as they come to realize that your time and company are not an unlimited commodity. Remember, your presence is a privilege, not a right. Our second key is to avoid always being available. Picture this scenario. You're always on call, always ready to respond, always there when someone needs you. It might seem like you're being accommodating, but in reality, you're cheapening your own worth. Your time, your attention, and your energy are valuable resources. When you're perpetually available, people can start to take these resources for granted. Instead, it's important to cultivate your own life, independent of others. Pursue your interests, invest in personal growth, and carve out time for self-care. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about respecting your own boundaries and ensuring that you're not spreading yourself too thin. When you start to value your own time, you'll find that others will start to value it too. They'll appreciate the moments you choose to spend with them, and they'll respect the boundaries you've set. You're not a 24/7 convenience store. You're a person with your own needs and desires. When you value your time, others will too. The third key is to maintain a sense of mystery. Picture yourself as a book. Pages filled with stories, experiences, and lessons learned. Now imagine if someone were to read this book all at once, cover to cover, in one sitting. The intrigue diminishes, the anticipation fades. The same concept applies to our lives. Revealing all your pages at once can leave little to the imagination, and quite frankly, little to look forward to. Instead, consider doling out information about yourself in small, intriguing parcels. This isn't about being secretive or dishonest, but about creating a sense of curiosity, a lure that draws others in. It's about leaving room for questions, for the thrill of discovery. This encourages continuous engagement and keeps the interest alive. The art of maintaining mystery lies in the balance between openness and restraint. It's about showing just enough to pique interest, but not so much that the intrigue is lost. Remember, a little mystery can go a long way. The fourth key is to allow others to invest in you. Think about it. When you invest time, effort, even emotions into something or someone, it naturally becomes more valuable to you. It's human nature. We cherish what we invest in. This applies to relationships as well. Allowing others to invest in you is not about becoming passive or dependent. It's about creating a space where others can contribute to your life. It's about giving them the opportunity to do things for you, to show care and affection, to share their resources or knowledge. This investment doesn't have to be grand gestures. It can be as simple as letting them lend a hand when you're moving house, or listening to their advice when you're facing a challenge. Remember, every time they invest in you, they're building an emotional connection, strengthening the bond, and increasing their value perception of you. When others invest in you, they're more likely to see you as a priority. The fifth key is to prioritize your own needs. A statement that may seem simple in theory, yet it is often overlooked or dismissed in practice. It's not about being self-centered or indifferent to others. Rather, it's about understanding that your needs, your happiness, and your well-being are just as important as anyone else's. When you prioritize your own needs, you send a powerful message to the world, And to yourself, I value me. This isn't a declaration of arrogance, but of self-respect. It's a statement that you deserve to be taken care of. First by yourself, and then by others. It's setting a standard for how you should be treated. So, whether it's taking time out for a hobby you love, setting boundaries in relationships, or simply saying no when you need to, prioritize your needs. Don't put yourself last on your own list. Remember, self-care is not selfish, it's necessary. The sixth key is not to make others the center of your life. It's a statement that feels counterintuitive, doesn't it? But in reality, it's a fundamental step towards becoming a priority in others' lives. Having your own life, your own interests, and your own pursuits can make you more attractive to others. It shows that you're independent, self-reliant, and capable of enriching your own existence. It makes you more intriguing, more compelling. It's the magnetism of a person who has their own world, inviting others to become a part of it. When you make others the center of your universe, you risk being taken for granted. Your value diminishes in their eyes because your life orbits around theirs. It's a precarious position to be in, and one that can lead to feelings of being undervalued. So, keep your life rich and vibrant. Pursue your passions, chase your dreams, and let others be drawn to your energy. Remember, you're the star of your own life. The seventh key is to stop initiating communication all the time. Ever noticed how it feels when you're always the one to start the conversation? Send the first text or make the first call? It can subtly convey desperation or neediness, even when that's not your intention. It's natural to want to connect, but remember, communication is like a dance. It's a give and take. When you always initiate, you may inadvertently set a precedent that your time, your attention, is always available. This can lead to you being taken for granted. So take a step back. Allow the other person to reach out to you, to invest their time and energy in the relationship. This creates a more balanced dynamic, where both parties contribute equally. This doesn't mean you should never initiate. It's about finding a balance between reaching out and allowing others to do the same. Remember, it's a two-way street. The eighth key is to create your own happiness. It's a common misconception that happiness is something that others can hand to us on a silver platter. But let me tell you, it's not. The truth is, happiness is a state of mind that we cultivate from within. Think about it. When you're brimming with joy, you radiate a certain energy that others find attractive. You become a beacon of positivity, a magnet that draws people towards you. That's the power of happiness. Moreover, when you find joy in your own life, you're less likely to hinge your well-being on others. You become self-sufficient, not reliant on external validation. This independence can make you less likely to be taken for granted, as you're not constantly seeking approval or affirmation from those around you. So start today. Find what brings you joy, pursue it, and let that happiness shine from within. Remember, happiness is an inside job. The ninth and final key is to be willing to walk away. It's a simple truth, yet it's one of the hardest things to do. To walk away from situations, from people that don't value or respect you. It might feel counterintuitive, perhaps even terrifying, but it's an essential part of asserting your worth. Being willing to walk away isn't about being cold or unfeeling. It's about recognizing your worth, your value, and not settling for less. It's about understanding that you can't force someone to see your worth, and that's perfectly okay. The strength to walk away stems from embracing your self-worth and knowing that you deserve better. You see, when you show that you are willing to walk away, it communicates a powerful message. It tells others that you respect yourself, that you won't tolerate being taken for granted. So be brave. Be willing to walk away. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. So, there you have it, 9 keys to becoming a priority in others' lives. We've journeyed through creating a fear of loss, not always being available, maintaining an air of mystery, and allowing others to invest in you. We've discovered the importance of prioritizing our own needs and not making others the center of our universe. We've learned to stop initiating communication all the time, to create our own happiness, and the power of being willing to walk away. These steps aren't about manipulation or game playing. They're about fostering healthy relationships by nurturing our self-worth and demonstrating that we value ourselves. It's about self-care, setting boundaries, and understanding that we deserve to be treated with respect and consideration. In the grand scheme of things, These steps are about attracting healthier relationships and living more fulfilling lives. Because ultimately, we can't control how others perceive us, but we can control how we perceive ourselves. Remember, by prioritizing ourselves, we can attract healthier relationships and live more fulfilling lives. Thank you for embarking on this transformative journey with me, filled with growth and empowerment. If you found value in this video, I invite you to express your support by liking and subscribing. Until we meet again, continue to navigate the path towards your highest potential with the guidance of Blueprints for Mindful Mastery.